my goodness. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Leah and Voodoo and Tyne and Liz and Serenity and Gatno and Azza. Hello, Leah. Hello, Gigi. Hello, Spy Fieri. Ooh. A spy. Lucille, hello, Moz. Hello, Jen, Voodoo. A pleasure, as always. Ploppy Plops, hello, A-OK. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another ad hoc, a live stream. Happy 1 p.m. here in sunny Brisbane. It's hot today. It's very, very hot. But I hope you're all keeping well, and thank you so much for joining me for our second least favourite YouTuber to catch up with, Miss Amberlynn Reid. So I've been talking about Amby kind of off and on through... First of all, you know what? Let's just address the hamster in the room. Rip Harry. I'm very sorry that he has passed. I find it bizarre that Chantal was just kind of showing off a hamster corpse on a live stream the other day. And I've been wanting to catch up with Amby for a while, but Foodie just kept throwing content out there, and then Howie passed away, and then I saw a very sad deceased hamster body on live stream and thought, you know what, maybe we'll skip that one today. Maybe we'll just, maybe not today. Maybe not today. Maybe I'm going to get a veil, I'll get a candle. We'll do a proper memorial service, but not like that. Voodoo, thank you very much for gifting 5 channel memberships. Welcome or welcome back to Vickery, Scorpio, hello, Apoms, Little Seven and Otters and Elephants. Fabulous to have you all here. Crumb responsibly, and please make sure you thank the lovely Voodoo. And also welcome back to Serenity Queen. It's good to see you in the chat. Hello, hello. Thank you for rejoining. What was I going to say? Oh, so that's why we're watching Amby today. But we've got so much to catch up with Amby today. It's like an Amby mega marathon. I'm not going all the way back to everything that we haven't watched, but you know me, I'm a bit of a completionist, so I'll do that at some point in time. But we're going to start with Betrayed by Alexis again. This has to be illegal, and taking my first semaglutide shot. Realistically, we're here to catch up with Amby's mess. Yeah, mess. I mean, the semaglutide stuff is interesting to talk about. What's more interesting to me is weird parasocial relationships on the internet that kind of evolve into content creation around you're a bad friend, no, you're a bad friend, no, but my BPD, no, but my BPD. It's weird. It's real weird and it's real messy. And I guess that's what we're going to do. Before we actually get into that, I'm going to jump over into Twitter and play some clips recorded by Foop Olympics over there. There's links down in the bottom to support the content creators that aren't Amby. So there's a really good thread over on Twitter that is basically the voice notes from Alexis. And then we're going to get into some Amby content around that time, including that piece that I just spoke about. And then there's Wayne. I've gained a lot of weight, and an update on semaglutide just to kind of set the scene. And then we've got Alexis having a response video from the last 23 hours or 24 hours, which we'll listen in on. And then we've got Zachary Michaels being called out by Amberlynn Reid on her piece of content, and them reading Amby the House Down Boots, which I live for. And then we've got responding to Zachary Michael and Meal Plan With Me, which is 8 hours ago from Amberlynn Reid, which I feel like she's just going to put both feet in her mouth. And that's what we're going to do today. AC, good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing really well. I think Amby's going full villain. I think she's becoming a Batman villain. Anyway, it's really fun. It's really messy. And it's really funny. Oh, and then we've got Beck. Bex has put out a video that I was listening to the other night, and I was just like, oh, we should probably watch that together as well, because it turns out Amby's not a good person and can't keep a friend. So, regardless of whether or not they're exes. So we're probably going to be watching that as well. And that is, and I forgot to put it in the brief, so I'm going to do it live because why not? Kind of good, kind of back. And we'll get my response and life update from...
Hello, I know it is...
Beck, and then we're going to take this link and we're going to... Don't mind me, chat, talk amongst yourselves, it's fine. Video courtesy of Zachary Michael, video courtesy... Why did I capitalize courtesy? Courtesy of Beck. There we go. Fabulous. So we've got so many things to catch up and talk about. Save that one. That was 19 hours ago, so I guess in the scheme of things, we might actually watch Beck finally, like at the end, because Ambi's technically behind in time. I thought when Beck's clip came out, or Beck's video came out yesterday, 19 hours ago, I thought Ambi would be like straight onto a live stream trying to explain herself, this, that, and the other. No, there's nothing. So I can't wait to hear the response on that. But anyway, that's the plan for today. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. We might skip over some of the semaglutide stuff because it's just her talking herself in circles. We'll get to it when we get to it. But hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you if you're new, and thank you very much for returning. If you are coming back, I'm not a mental or physical healthcare professional, just a guy who lost weight, talks about things on the internet, watches way too much dumpster fires on YouTube. Also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate, just here to talk about the produced monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about what choices about what we say, choices about what we put on the internet. Choices! I thought there would be an apology too, or some type of addressing it, Shay, but she must be funnel deep on something. So, yeah, let's start with Ambi. No, we're going to start with Alexis. Hold on, let me find a frame that we can just sit on for Ambi's BS. Something that's not potato quality would be good. Ambi, can you clean your phone? Because everything's just bad. Bad? There we go. That's a good... Literally, I can hear it. All right, we're going to start with Alexis's voice notes from Foop Olympics over on Twitter. Okay, here we go. What you get?
Girl, the new tea is that you insinuated that I leaked the cookie crumble video. That's crazy work. Is that true?
So this is Ambi leaving a voice message to Alexis, and we've all heard this because this is like a week, almost 2 weeks old now, but I'd just like to collate, bring it all together in a full presentation so we understand the whole reason why they kicked off again.
That you said that? I mean, I guess I should go to the person, so I'm coming to you asking if that's true. Everyone asked if I leaked it, and I said, no, she probably did. But, like, I was kidding. I wasn't like, oh my god, yes, she for sure leaked it. I know it for a fact. I was just being silly. Girl, be so fucking for real. Like, these people don't know your personality. They don't understand who you are. So if you say, no, she probably did, they're going to take that as fact. They're going to take that as...
Oops, sorry. Sorry. I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, no.
Oh my god, yes, she for sure leaked it. I know it for a fact. I was...
Don't mind me. Can't. Just professional YouTuber.
Just being silly. Girl,
Sarah.
be so fucking for real. Like...
Sarah, good to see you. Hi. Yes, these are voice notes. These are between Amber and Alexis.
These people don't know your personality. They don't understand who you are. So if you say, no, she probably did, they're going to take that as fact. They're going to take that as Alexis thinks that Amberlynn leaked the cookie crumble video. And I know that you know that, Alexis. Like,
collectively, where have we all come to as to the cookie crumbleina situation type of deal? I think considering how heavily Ambi was trying to gaslight and misdirect people onto the, oh, there's a troll on the internet pretending to be Emily. Okay, but like the profile itself was never proclaiming to be Emily, just had a lot of very specific, potentially coincidental elements. I think it was Ambi.
you're smart. I've known you for over a year now, and you know how these people have treated me my whole YouTube career, and you know...
I think Ambi was involved, 100%. I think Ambi knew. I think Ambi doesn't have the fupa balls to come out and be like, oh, I'm making adult content, and it's feeder content, and this is what it is. Like, I just don't think she's got the gumption to do it.
The way that they take things, so it's like...
I think instead she wants to gaslight and blame someone else for doing it. Meanwhile, I think she's a villain. She's sneaky. Sneaky Lynn.
Why would you say that? That's like crazy work, for real. Come on. Like, why? It's just causing me more issues. Like, I did not leak the video. My girlfriend didn't do it. I have stuck up for you so much saying you didn't do it. It's just like crazy that you would say that. Like, imagine like if I said something like that. Like, no, I didn't do it.
I only watch Ambi on YouTube, and I think she would have done it.
My girlfriend didn't do it, but Alexis did. Like, I am frustrated with you. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know. I feel like you actually don't care. So, thank you for answering the question. Thank you for being honest, I guess.
Okay, there's multiple parts to this, so just it's a great pause for Ambi.
I understand you're frustrated, and I'm sure that, you know, if you really didn't like this video, that you're upset about it. And at the end of the day, I'm sure that we...
Not even Alexis believes it was someone else. It sounds like Alexis is fully behind the it was Ambi all along.
all know that it was actually Erica or Brittany or whatever, and they were trying to make a quick buck or trying to expose you or whatever. Her and Brittany probably got into another fight or whatever and got mad at each other about whatever happened with you and whatever.
Funnily enough, I can't remember the content creator who reached out to Brittany and Erica. God, there are too many names. To ask whether or not they'd done it, and I think Erica had come back and said absolutely not.
Wanted to seek revenge. I don't know, but like, I feel like, yeah, maybe I don't care. Maybe you're right. Maybe
Oh, it was Geordie. Thanks, bye.
Do not care.
Wait, can I still call you Sky though?
Because like, it's like you're not an active friend to me anymore. So like, I don't care what happens. Like, obviously, like, of course I want you to be happy and healthy, and I am hoping good for your well-being, but
they're having such an emotional back and forth on voice notes that they're running out of breath.
like, I don't care about this little
Like, between the both.
shit. Like, I have my own life, I have my own hobbies, I have my own job, like, I have my own friends that are active parts of my life, so like, no, I don't really care anymore. Like, I don't. Like, honestly, like, YouTube is a joke, and everybody's gonna say what they want to say, and you should know that by now. You should know that
Alexis makes a very good point. It is.
people are gonna say what they want to say, and people make shit.
People are going to share their opinions on YouTube. That's kind of what the platform was built for. And if those opinions are based around somebody else's content, girl, it's where we are. We've been doing it for a hot minute.
But then, like, you need to actually take the steps to find out who and what, and actually maybe, you know, get a lawyer so they can get a warrant, or, you know, find somebody that does, you know,
I thought Ambi had a lawyer. Wasn't she sending out cease and desists?
IP stuff, or IT stuff, so they can find an IP address and see who leaked it. Like, if you want to know stuff, like...
No, cease and desists, I think, was what she was sending out.
You need to start really, like, taking matters into your own hands and not just, like, trying to place blame on people. You know? I don't know how to help you. Like, should I be talking in Jordy's live stream? Probably not. But, like, I don't know. I think it's funny. And people are nice to me there. So, like...
Alexis is very obviously enjoying the messiness. And has.
And, that's the place, that's the platform. Since I'm not doing YouTube videos anymore, that's the platform where I can be like, no, I didn't do this. And people will vouch for me. You know, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, part 3.
So I just want to say that I wasn't involved at all in your community or watching reaction channels or even watching your channel until you posted resenting Alexis as a title of one of your videos.
I think that's a lie, isn't it? Wasn't Alexis involved with reaction channels the first time they had a fight, as opposed to this second time around? It's really hard trying to keep up with, like, immature, like, BS on the internet at the best of times. Easier when it's all recorded and it's all Ambi's got to talk about. But from my understanding, Alexis had interactions with reaction channels after the first fight. Sarah, thank you for being here for 37 months, my friend. Sarah says that we need FBI Frank on the case. Yeah, she's got, I mean, Ambi's got so much sway, hey. Melanie, thank you for 46 months. Melanie says, emotional night, took a bath, and now Poppy. Oh, I hope you're having an okay night, lovely. It's good to see you. And Jamie, thank you for rejoining as a Popster as well. Everyone, enjoy your emojis.
And I had no idea that you were even talking about me until someone sent me a screenshot of the title of your video. And I was like, what the fuck? Because you didn't even, like, mention it to me, like, hey, I'm going to talk about you in my video, or hey, like, I'm going to put your name in my video.
Alexis sounds like she might need to understand that friendship comes in many forms. And I know Ambi's going to talk about it at some point in time as well. But it is interesting that both Alexis and Ambi have come onto the internet and blamed a lot of their behaviour and actions on their BPD. So much so that if I cast my mind back to when Alexis was on the call with Ambi, and they were talking about BPD, I was just like, oh my God, they are very similar, but also in that concept of Ambi has, like, a person, right? Ambi's spoken a lot about having a person and how she doesn't function very well when she doesn't see that person or when she isn't, like, speaking to that person every day and blah, blah, blah. And it's very obvious that Alexis might have expected that relationship to be as intense of a friendship.
And it's going to be clickbait, and it's going to be suggestive, and it's going to make people think that I resent you. But don't worry, I'm going to set the record straight. Like, you said nothing. Okay, so, like, I mean, you're once again, you're, like, monetizing our friendship. Like, I'm not making any money off of anything that I'm saying about you, nor do I care to. Like, the videos that I made, only one of the videos was even monetized. matter of fact. And I didn't even make that much money off of it. I made like $250, and I like don't care about the money. That's the thing, is I don't care about the money. I made those videos to get my voice out, to set the record straight, like to talk about my experience, like, but it's never been about the money for me. But like, they're still monetizing our.
I mean, I think that Ambi talking about her friendships and her exes and stuff. I mean, we've had big conversations about Ambi talking about Beck, for instance. Yeah, there's been a lot of conversation around that. And Ambi came online and basically cried after that breakup and said, "Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about the last 5 years. Well, they were my years as well, and this, that, and the other." And she doesn't seem to understand that, like, regardless of whether or not you're someone on the internet or no one on the internet, like, you're allowed to have a private life, but also telling other people's stories is not necessarily, like, it's not your place to tell the stories, right? It's not your place to tell us all about everything your partner's going through, everything a friend of yours is going through. Like, you keep that to, that's not your story to tell, so you don't tell it. It's very simple math.
Like, you have a choice if you want to be my friend or not. And honestly, we aren't really friends anymore, you know? Like, I've called you a couple times since you've been in Oklahoma. You don't call me back. You don't even text me to acknowledge that I called you. And then on my birthday, you are, you know, telling me you're seeing me in Jordy's live stream, you know, talking about this or that, and that you still love me and that you still care about me. But you couldn't even, like,
That sounds manipulative.
go out of your way to tell me happy birthday. So, like, in my mind, that's a manipulation tactic. You still want to keep me quiet. And before people were even saying that she's manipulating you, she wants to keep you quiet, that's why she's keeping you around, I had already felt that way. Like, because you aren't an active part of my life. And I understand why you're not an active part of my life, but then stop talking about me and stop telling people that we're friends.
Valid. Okay, this is Ambi's response.
Have something on me or some tea or whatever I'm telling you. Whatever it is, you would have already spelled it, number one. Number two,
Hold on. Azza, thank you for the super chat, honey. Azza says, jamming to Soup Dragons. I picture you jamming with me. Off topic. That's fine, honey. It's not a problem. I hope you're having a good time. Thanks for the support.
so if I was keeping you in my life because you have something on me or some tea or whatever I'm telling you, whatever it is, you would have already spelled it, number one. Number two, I would have never, like, hung out with you in person. That was me going out of my way because I actually view you as a friend. I don't believe that every friendship...
Ew, that sentence makes me cringe. Take it back. Take it back.
...out with you in person. That was me going out of my way because I actually view you as a friend.
I would never hang out with you in person. Girl, you need to understand the definition of friendship. You really do.
I don't...
Someone get her a copy of My Little Pony.
believe that every friendship's... Oh, what am I trying to say? I don't believe that every time I have a friend, like, I need to talk to them 24/7. Like, I don't understand. Like, it seems like every time I lose a friend, it's because I don't talk to them enough. That just happened with Abby.
Girl, if we look at your friendships on the internet and the history of all of them, I think maturity comes into it quite a lot. The friendship with Alexis does really seem like it was rooted in, like, a potential relationship at one point in time, and Alexis might be holding on to that, but Ambi might also be kind of edging Alexis in that realm, considering that she sent the cookie crumble cookie video without even asking. She was just like, hey, check out this video, look how sensual I am, which is kind of weird when you're essentially, like, baiting more than friendship, which is what I feel like this relationship was. Also, they're both as immature as, like, a box of fridges, which is not at all. Not at all.
That happened with Eric and Ricky. It's like, why do I have to talk to
I'm too quiet. Am I? Oh, I think she's too loud. Sorry, that's my bad.
my friends 24/7? Like, that's not the way that I work. And yes, I was like that with you at one point, but things changed since then. And it's like, I can be an active friend and us still talk, like, once a week or however long. Like, there doesn't have to be, like, a set in stone of how often we should talk to be considered friends. Like, that's insane to me. I think that even if we didn't talk for a full month, I want you to know that I am a loyal enough friend and I care enough as a person that you'll never catch me talking shit about you. Like, that's...
That is factually incorrect, because she has spoken a lot about Alexis on YouTube in the last, 10 days? Incorrect, Ambi. Oh, but I only did it because I'm defending myself. Okay, all right, Chantal.
insane work that just because I don't talk to you the amount that you want, that this is...
Baroque, I see you now. Hello. Happy Saturday? Sunday? No, Friday?
what happens. Like, that's crazy to me. And yeah, Jordy's chat is only nice to you when you and I have some sort of beef going. And honey, you're cooking the beef. I don't even like beef in this situation. Like, what is even happening? Like, literally, I don't know. I just don't know what to say. This is, like, coming out of, like, left field. I'm not monetizing anything. People have been asking if you and I are friends. I talked about you for less than 30 seconds in a 18-minute video. I'm not monetizing our friendship. Nothing like that. I'm answering a real quick question.
I think considering where their friendship is now, they're just going to talk about each other, like, back to back on the internet, and it's just kind of going to be what it will be. And like a more cynical person might say, oh, that's like, this is kind of scripted, this is kind of put on, this is just for views. And it may well be, but like Ambi's got such little going on in her life that her having a feud and nemesis on the internet, I mean, at least it's something.
Sticking up for you, again, saying kind things about you, because that's who I am and that's who I will stay being, regardless of what you say or do when it involves me. Like, because I'm just not that person. I don't go low, and I don't plan on it. You literally have nothing on me. Like, it's starting to become like super frustrating to me that like I forgive you because of the fact that like I cared about you. That's why I forgave you, and I wanted to meet you because I loved you as a friend, and it's like being twisted into something that like is really creepy, in my opinion. I don't keep
Oh, girl, calm down. Fucking victim in every way.
people in my life because of any like manipulation tactic. I keep people in my life because they do something good for me, and that's how it should be with everyone in everyone's life. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is definitely coming out of left field, and now I'm rambling. I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Yes, there are rambles. There's one more voice message.
My last
from
response.
Alexis.
So this wall of text is my last response to what she had said. And it says, "This is honestly a bunch of bullshit, and it really just shows how far your head is up your ass, Amberlynn. I never did anything for you to talk about me online. I'm sorry, what? Let's go back to the Buzzball live streams. Let's go back to the reason I was even crying over you in the first place. Our friendship never would have went back to how it was because Amberlynn doesn't care about anyone except for Amberlynn. You want more from me than I can give. Acknowledging the fact that I called you would be a start considering you're on the phone with Emily all day, every day. And at this point, you're..."
I mean, Alexis was also the one who had to help Ambi walk through the start of the relationship with Alexis when apparently Alexis had said, with Tommy, when apparently Tommy had said the worst thing that a partner could ever say to someone in a new relationship, which was essentially saying that Tommy missed the fiance who had unfortunately passed away. So there's just so much mess. It's great.
Not gonna have any friends except Emily, but that's probably how she wants it anyways. I'm doing my best being a good friend to you. How the fuck? You're an awful friend. You don't ask me how I am. You don't call me. Couldn't even wish me a happy birthday. You're such a manipulative person, Amberlynn, and I can't believe I'm just finally seeing it. And
I mean, I find it strange that it took this long, but also I understand the mentality of babies wanting to baby, and I understand the mentality of finally just being, it's like a shock. It's like, ooh, no, she is not a good person. Like, there are times where I watch Ambi and it's very clear that her manipulative manners are working, because I'm just like, oh, maybe she's not as bad as I actually think. And then I'm like, whoa, hold on, what was that? Where did, like, it was like she was casting a spell. Where did that come from? I was like, no, she's a terrible person. She's manipulative and like gaslighty and like cries at the fucking drop of a hat about everybody's opinions about her, but everybody's opinions are pretty valid. Like, no. Oh, Baroque, thank you. Thank you for gifting 20 channel memberships, honey. That's very much appreciated, never required. But thank you. I hope you're having a good and safe weekend, or plan to. And welcome back to Megan. Lord Baroque, thank you for gifting Lord Baroque a gifted channel membership. Barbie D Lady M, hello. Jada Potato, Good, Rachel Bay, Southern Girl, Intuitive Candy, hello. Cool Cat, Cheekbones, Chantel's French Lovers Restraining Order, a fabulous name. Kim Marie, hello. Misanthrope, Cat Illy, Bumblebee, Diane, Miss Mew, I think, Harley Girl, and I think that's everybody. They let you out of jail, Baroque. Thank you all so much for being here. Enjoy your crumbs, enjoy your gapes, and please make sure you thank the Monarch of Shinies, the fabulous Lord Baroque, if you get the opportunity. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Happy weekend.
The shirt that I'm wearing in the clip that you will see here in a minute.
Oh, no, sorry. That was Ambi. Damn it, I messed it up.
And then I realized that she blocked me on Snapchat, so I sent her a text, and I said,
oh, Lord Baroque is... Okay, chat, also, a momentous occasion. Mark your calendars. Lord Baroque's allowed to change the name. So now we are Yikes Lord Baroque 25. Nice.
don't worry, I screen recorded the whole conversation on Snap before you could block me, Pooks. So this wallet...
Pooks is a fabulous pet name for Ambi. Anyway, moving on to Ambi. We're going to catch up with her now that we've got a refresh on the Alexis drama. Ambi's going to lie to us. How fun for us.
Hello. Welcome to a new video.
Hello. So that all happened, like, Jan 6th, I think? Or, like, the day of or the day before that this one came out? No, sorry. The day before this one was filmed. Or the day of. Times are hard. DX, good to see you, honey. How's it going?
Today is January 7th on a Tuesday. And I'm sure you guys were expecting like another vlog with Tommy
Gapes for Baroque. Oh yeah, we can get some gapes in the chat for Baroque.
here, but that's not the way it went down. So this video is just like an update, if you will, because for me, it has been days since I've filmed, and I did that because I really just wanted to unplug. I unplugged from watching YouTube, from being on social medias. I didn't want to film. I said, I want to spend my time with my girlfriend while she's here, and I don't want to have to worry about all of the noise, but somehow the noise did find me. And we'll talk a little bit about that. But really, you guys, I did not have...
It could have not. You could have just gone offline. You chose to read about or listen to what people were saying about you on the internet. That's your choice, Amby. No one's forcing you to do any of that.
The mental capacity to like want to vlog. It's just a lot has been happening, like with the whole cookie crumble thing and like someone impersonating my girlfriend and me, especially in such like a... for the lack of a better word, scandalous and just vile way.
So this is a conversation about the Phoebe curvage, like all of that kind of stuff.
It has been a lot and it has been heavy. And now it's like more drama is being started with Alexis, and we'll talk a little bit about that in this video as well. And someone messaged me recently where they were just like, girl, I feel so bad for you because you're constantly having to put out fires that you didn't start. And I was like, damn.
What are you even talking about?
That hit me like a truck, like a massive...
The Alexis voice recordings weren't even on YouTube. They were, like, we found them on Twitter eventually. They'd obviously gone out, but it's not as if Alexis has come back on her channel and made a piece of content, right?
Truck, and I'm like, that's literally how it feels a lot of the time. A really good example of that is like the cookie crumble and like the walnut situation, and that's just been like literally my life on YouTube for years now. It's like I try to stay away from drama. I try to just vlog my life and share my life. And somehow, some way, things start happening online that like I have to put out, and it's a fire that I didn't even start. And it's just like,
is it though? Because I mean, the general advice has always been ignore the trolls. Amby and Chantal both have never been able to understand that, and yet here we are.
Frustrating. So anyways, I still don't really...
Oh my god, people are talking about this theory that this might be a thing. Girl, if you don't address it, it doesn't gain legs, doesn't gain traction. It just kind of dissipates. It's fine.
Have the full capacity to like
film. She did put it. Thank you, Spy.
Whole vlog.
Sorry, I thought they were over on Twitter first. They must have come from a YouTube clip.
Guys, today because Tommy did leave today, and it's just
were they shorts? Maybe they were shorts. Maybe that's why.
It's sad, you know. When you're in
a video. Okay.
Long distance relationship and your partner goes.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to clean up the timeline, chat. It's like you watch so much foodie that trying to catch up with Amby, impossible.
Back home, like we had a whole week together that was just so great. She was actually supposed to leave yesterday. We said our goodbyes, you know, all the crying, all of this and all that. She gets in the car, she opens the app for her flight, and it said it was delayed. And so here we are. We had an extra night together, which was really great. So yeah, while she was here, we did so much, and there was multiple times I did think of you guys, I promise. Or I was like, wow, I should be filming this, or I should have vlogged this, or that was so funny, or this is so fun. Like so many different times, but that's just like the YouTuber in me.
From memory, all I heard about was bingo.
I've been doing this for over 11 years now, but like the real Amberlynn, not the YouTuber Amberlynn, like the normal everyday living Amberlynn, she won.
God, are we gonna get a I don't know who I am anymore moment? Probably.
So there was no vlog.
That's February's content.
But some of the things that we did do, we went to my grandma's and we played some card games with my grandma and my mom. I ended up bringing like veggie trays and fruit trays, and we had like a little salami and cracker cheese situation.
Salami, she said it.
And we actually ended up playing Bad Kitty, which is the card game that I got my grandma, and my grandma was obsessed with it. It was actually really funny and fun, so highly recommend. Very much like Cards Against Humanity / like Apples to Apples type.
Amby, I'm going to tell you something here. The way that you tell stories about things that you've done sounds like you aren't paying attention and you haven't formed a positive memory around it. No offense. There are ways to talk about like having game nights or going out to breakfast or going for walks or going to bingo where you're telling the story about a fun anecdote that happened, not just the fact that it happened. I know that that's probably a really fun anecdote for you because you don't get out of the house and you have no one to play card games with. But just a tip, if you want to keep doing this vlogger thing, have fun anecdotes. Don't just say like things you did, you know? Oh, I went to Walmart and they had a really fun Valentine's Day stall, and then I went up the first aisle and I touched a clock, and then I went up the second aisle and then I touched a lamp, and then there was this really fun like shirt, pants, combo. I think it was pajamas. And then we left Walmart, and what a day we had.
The style, but with like pictures of cats. Like, it was actually really funny. Went to the movies, I saw Wicked, and you guys, excuse me, I was going into it thinking, okay, it's gonna be an all right movie. Like, there's so much hype around it, and I'm one of those people where it's like, I'm not all about like the hype. It took me literally my whole life to get into Harry Potter. Like, I literally just recently watched it a few years ago because I ignored all the hype. I'm not about the hype. When I like something, I like something, and when I don't, I don't. Good example is Game of Thrones. Like, I don't understand. I tried to watch it, literally hate it. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't fall for the hype. And I am pretty picky. I have a short...
God. I enjoyed Game of Thrones up until season 5, like a lot of people did. And that's because I'd read the books previously. So that was really fun. And then it went off track, which I think is a lot of people's experience.
Attention span. It's terribly hard for me to watch a movie. But I'm telling you, this movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes of just beauty, of art, of...
Not like other girls. Hey, Peach Cobbler, good to see you, honey.
It was so good. Like, I don't even have words for it. Normally when I
She's
go to a
a quirky
movie theater, even if I'm enjoying the movie, I'm like looking at the time like every 10 minutes. It's really bad. I looked at the time one time and it was 2 hours into the movie. And I looked at the time, shooketh. I was like, how did 2 hours go by already? It literally felt like 20 minutes. I am so glad I got to experience this movie.
She is a professional talker. Not in a, like, she speaks well, but just she knows how to take a sentence and make it a paragraph, you know?
Theater, because I'm telling
it's like she's got a word limit.
you that is the way to do it. So if it's still in the theater around you and you have not seen it, please go see it. It was...
Girl, you are telling people to go and see Wicked in January. Like, it's been out for 2 months. The hype, you're late to the hype.
A masterpiece. I cried 3 different times. It was so freaking good. I laughed tons of times and it was just amazing. I cannot wait for the second part. Oh, and you guys, I have to tell you this.
Oh, she talks at, not to. That's actually a really good way to put it.
Funny thing that happened. So we did end up going to Riverwind Casino, which is like personally my favorite casino in Oklahoma that I've been to. And I don't know what it was, but I got recognized that night at least 5 different times. Like, I don't know. We did go on a Saturday, so there's more people there. And usually in large populated places, I do get recognized quite a bit. This girl said something that I will never be able to forget. Do you guys ever have like this thing where someone like says something to you and something that like sticks in your brain?
I think if I saw Amberlynn Reid in public, I would not.
Forever. Oh, it's kind of like that. So me and Tommy were just playing the slots.
Reginald.
And then I get recognized by these 2 girls that actually work at the casino. They're like the people who go around and say cocktails. They're like literally models.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. And they're like, oh my God, I love you. I love you. And they like literally asked for my autograph. And there was this woman sitting next to Tommy who looks at me and goes, are you a TikToker? Like, how did they know you? Like, this was after the subscribers, hello, if you're watching, came up to me and wanted my autograph and they wanted pictures and stuff. So the woman goes, are you a TikToker? And I was like, yeah, like I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube and stuff like that. And she goes, oh, okay. I was looking at you and I was like, yeah, no one really dresses like that.
Read her down. Good one, casino lady.
I was like, what do those things like have in common with each other? Like, I was literally so confused.
You look like you're an attention seeker on the internet. Yeah, you dress like one, which is an accurate read.
And if you guys want to know, I was wearing the like purple maroon studded rhinestone.
Let me guess, you had a purse that was a giant lip and or a giant heart. Yeah, and you probably took that recording seated next to the link.
A mesh top with like a black dress. You guys have seen that outfit before. I had to wear it again because I love it. But I was just like, what does that mean? Is that like a compliment or was that like, I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I'm like,
no, she was a shady lady. She was insulting you in a bless your heart kind of way.
Asked her right then and there, like, what did you mean by that? So moving on to a completely different topic.
Maybe no offense, but your style is confused.
And speaking of clothes,
and I'm assuming you walk around like with your camera on a tripod or your phone on like a stick or whatever. You do look like a TikToker.
I have like some merch under construction. I know you guys can see down below that I have like merch that I did years and years ago, but it was kind of like low-key like a troll. I wasn't taking it seriously. I do like the simplicity of it because I do enjoy some...
You came online when you launched that merch so serious about it all. You're like, I really like a clean aesthetic and I like things to be just, minimalist. And I'm sick of people shitting all over it. Like, I worked really hard on those designs, you guys. Not Dainty Girl. What did it say? Something. I don't know. In some cursive text. You were so proud. You were so proud. And you're so fucking butthurt that the audience was like, girl, it's just text on nothing. Like, it's nothing. That's not, you didn't work with an artist. You didn't like make anything. It's just text. Like, calm down. It would have literally taken you like 3 minutes to make. But okay, rewrite history, Lynn.
Simplistic merch. But I don't know how to make merch. I'm not good at it. I have never been taught, and I know that I can teach myself, but it's not really...
Never been taught. Girl, art, design, mama, you can do it. You don't need to be taught.
something that I've been fully interested in, but Tommy surprised me and made me some merch. Yes, she did. So why?
I think it's AI, personally. I think it's AI. I think it would have been much nicer if Ambi or Slommy had like reached out to an artist and gotten something like cool designed for them. I personally think it's AI.
Why I say it's like under construction is because I actually wanted to have the merch physically myself. And that's something I didn't even do with the merch down below because I genuinely did not take it as serious. And so I wanted the merch physically. And so
Sarah, you're in ad jail. I'm sorry, honey.
So I do have a few things. And also why I say under construction is because I'm still trying to figure out like when do I want to like put these things up for sale, because this is like crazy. And I do want to show you like everything. I still have more stuff coming in the mail. I do have a few things though. So you guys know I say girly pop literally all the time. I say dainty, like Dainty Lynn, all of that.
Dainty Bush. We've heard that phrase a few times.
So dainty girly pop. Here's just some wrapping paper. So merch, this isn't just gonna be a shirt. It's gonna be like different things that you can have. Dainty girly pop.
Funny thing is, different things you can have also qualifies if you're talking about a shirt.
Wrapping paper, and this is just so adorable. And Tommy gave me a really good idea of just like wrapping a box and just like setting it on my bookshelf because this is so my aesthetic.
I think that is the dumbest idea. I think what would be really cool if you're super proud of this wrapping paper is if you like got a canvas and you or a frame and you stretched it over the canvas or frame and like stapled it in and then had like a panel of it. I think that would be really cool. Or even a small patch of it, put it in like a smaller frame, like a photo. A randomly gift wrap box on a shelf is a little confused to me. It seems like you've got a gift that you're going to give someone, but it's just there.
I'm gonna like start adding a little bit of pink, pop a color into my life, and I love pink. But this is just an example of how freaking adorable. Next thing is,
or you can take one of those and like press it and glue it onto like a bookmark or something. Like that would be a cool idea. I'm just trying to think of other. You can make envelopes out of it. That'd be cool. That's like an arts and craftsy thing. You could fold them and glue them into envelopes, I guess. I don't know, maybe wrapping paper is a bit too thin for that kind of stuff. But still.
There will be candles. Yes, there will be. This is Dainty Girly Pop candle. Isn't that so adorable?
No, that's not adorable. First of all, Girly Pop, like, I'm confused. I'm just so confused.
So this is a sage lavender.
Okay, that's the other reason why for the confusion. I'm confusion. That style of art and Dainty Girly Pop being on a candle that's sage and lavender doesn't make sense. If that candle was like candy floss flavored or bubble gum or like, I don't know, something fuchsia, then I would understand it. But this generic nothing art, computer generated art, AI art, let's just call it what it is, sticker on a random smelling candle makes no sense, girl. First of all, your name's not even on it. Like, if someone says Dainty Girly Pop outside of the Amberlynn sphere, no one's gonna have any idea who the fuck people are talking about. Your name's not on it. Like, people outside of the know wouldn't even associate that with you. Also, if you're going to make like fun candles and put stickers on them, make them themed to the flavor. Girl, you're doing it wrong. Like, make a cherry scented candle or cherry blossom and call it Big Cherry. The ideas are right there. They write themselves.
And I'm telling you, it smells so freaking good. Like,
AC, I would not be against a candle that has like old school PowerPoint. Like, you know, the yellow slant one, you know, from like the early 2000s PowerPoint, like that. And if it was like, I don't know, like electric vibes, and somehow you had like the scent of electricity. Okay, it's a bad example, but you know what I mean.
I am actually
Yeah, the yellow orange slant. Exactly. Yeah, that one.
pretty shocked. Told myself that I was gonna get this.
Oh no, if it was that and it was like business banana and it was a banana flavored candle. Although I think a banana flavored candle would probably be pretty bad. But you know.
Merch, and if I genuinely did not like it,
There's a vision there, exactly, Sarah.
And feel confident, I was not gonna
This
tell
is
you
a workshop. That's what we're doing. We're making better merch ideas for Ambi.
guys about these things, but I genuinely am obsessed.
Orange Zing. Oh, I like that one. That's a good one.
And what's really important, because there are bigger people who are watching
A dainty bushfire. That's a terrible name.
me, I really genuinely love that they carry bigger sizes. So this is a 5X, and
Okay.
I will show you guys like what it looks like on me, but look.
That is an iron-on patch by the looks of it. Oh, not patch, sticker by the looks of it. Yep, okay.
DT Girly Pop, isn't that so adorable?
Not a bad thing at all. And great that this manufacturer like has larger sizes.
When things are more like serious and it's not like totally under construction, it's gonna be more
Dainty bush baby. Oh, Eric Lover. Yes, I love that. Yeah, that could be like eucalyptus and like wattle seed. Ooh. And like lemon myrtle maybe. Ooh.
professional.
Or bottle brush. Bottle brush, there's honeysuckle here in Australia, which is like a bottle brush, but it's got nectar in it, which tastes like honey. Now you're thinking.
And I will gather everything. Like there's going to be journals and there's magnets and stickers and etc. etc. I'm also wearing another merch in a clip that I will be showing you in a second, just to kind of get an idea of how it fits. I actually slept in it. So there is like Twinkie fur, wasabi fur, you will see in the clip. There is going to be other merch that says hecticana, which is actually the shirt that I'm wearing in the clip that you will see here in a minute. And just for size reference, I am wearing the 5X.
Okay, the first time she said hecticana, I thought it was like Tropicana had made a new flavor. Because that would have made sense. I don't necessarily associate it with Amberlynn Reid, but sure.
That clip as well. So again, I keep saying it is under construction because there is tons of different like sayings and merch I can make, and it's like all super adorable. Like I'm obsessed. And so if you guys are interested, please let me know.
See, Baroque, bilbies are interesting because here in Australia, when it comes around to Easter time, we have chocolate bilbies. And I think a portion of the sales go back to like helping like the land where bilbies live, like be rehabilitated and for like vet care and stuff like that. But yeah, we love bilbies.
An Instagram message because like your girl cannot step foot in the comment section. Not gonna be happening over here. I'm just like genuinely so appreciative of Tommy because like having like true merch is something that I've always wanted, but it's like
it speaks to your laziness and inability to be creative or commit to anything. If you're unable in 10 years on YouTube to sit down and either work with an artist or design your own stuff that isn't just pick a font, type out a word, done in 3 seconds. Think about, you know how she complains about being the only YouTuber who gets like reaction channels and feedback and opinions and criticism and all of that stuff. Imagine if like literally, like any other vlogger that you watch, any other like chef or cook or I don't know, content creator in general who took 10 years to make merch and this is where we ended up. No, girl. No.
I never took the initiative to actually do it, like true authentic merch instead of like just that silly stuff down there that's listed. But you guys can still get that stuff that's down there, of course. But this is like
it's weird to me to have to wait to be in a relationship and then praise your partner for doing something that you've always wanted to do but could never be fucked doing. Girl, it's merch. It's not that complex.
Cutesy, like tangible. I have this in my hands and I cannot wait to show you guys like the journals and just like all the other stuff.
Exactly, AC. She said she got surprised by Tommy making all of this stuff for her. So I think Slomy, that's a sign Slomy's investing in the Amberlynn Reid business model.
So to be continued, folks, but that's just like just a little first glance at some of the stuff. So next thing I want to talk about is I'm really in like my perfume era. I've always been in my perfume era. Like I love to smell good. I love my apartment to smell good. And I know a lot of people like to say it's because I'm fat and I don't shower. Literally not how it works. If you spray perfume on poop, it's still gonna smell like poop, just maybe a little florally or a little fruity, and that doesn't smell good. I am a girly pop who is fat, but I am a fat girly pop that does shower and is clean. I've always just...
Girl, every time you bring it up, I just think pants on fire. I think doth protest too much. I think the fact that you have to fight this point so often is whatever. And it's fine if it's like, if it's fine if it's mental health and things are just too hard. It's fine if it's, I can't fit. It's fine. Whatever, girl. Like, but address those things, manage those things, help yourself, stop lying on the internet. Cool. Great. Kit Kat, hello. Thank you for being here for 7 months. Kit Kat says, the word hectic is forever ruined for me. Also, hi. Hi, lovely. I feel the same way, to be fair.
Really loved perfume, and so I got myself 2 new perfumes. I'm excited. We're gonna do a little like first smell.
Lisa, thank you for the super chat, honey. Yeah, pants on fire.
I was gonna say a taste test, but girl, we are not eating perfume today or ever. We're gonna do a smell test, if you will. So I got the Vera Wang Princess, which I feel like years and years ago, maybe like a decade, I have smelled this before, but I do not remember. And yes, I went in blind. And I literally bought these online without smelling.
I feel like we haven't had an edit or a cut in this vlog.
Smelling them first, but I read a lot of reviews. All right, Vera Wang Princess. That does smell good. And the bottle's super cute, purple heart. Next one is, I got Daisy Dream by Marc Jacobs. Yes, I did, girls. So Marc Jacobs is very popular when it comes to perfume, and the bottle, like, stunner.
Do you know what I find a really fun experience? I've done it a couple of times, going into like perfume places that mix their own like perfumes and room sprays and stuff. I find that really cool. Amber, you should get out of the house and go to one of those places and do that, because it's really fun. It's really fun. The last time I got one made, it was like sandalwood, leather, and myrrh, and it's really nice. And I got a room spray that was like ocean spray and like crisp linen or something. Anyway, it's really fun. Amber, you should go do that.
So
instead of just consistently participating in capitalism, which is really boring. Find a more interesting way to do this as a vlogger.
Oh my god, that smells super clean. I don't know if you guys know this, which I'm sure a lot of you do.
Alexandra, thank you for being here for 8 months, love. Alexandra says that Beck is an artist. Could have designed back then. That's very true, Alexandra. That's very true. Good point.
Especially if you wear perfume, it always smells different like a minute after it's been on you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is like the whole walnut situation. I've had people say like, that's just a troll, and I'm so glad that there are people who genuinely are like, okay, we believe that is not Amberlynn and Tommy, so thank you for that. But you guys, this isn't just a troll to me. This isn't just like
that one may not have been, but there is evidence documented that Slomi was involved in feeder content and profiles on the internet. Literally 2 months before dating Amber.
typical troll that I deal with constantly. I feel like this is more than that. Like, I truly feel so violated, and thankfully I'm pretty sure the account is like officially taken down by that website because Tommy contacted them. And you guys saw in my last video that they replied, they responded to it, and immediately looked into it and took care of it. And I'm so glad for that, because there are some websites out there that like
100% ridiculous. Trying to rebrand Slomi as not a feeder, that's crazy business. Girl, the internet has a memory. Come on.
Literally don't care about you at all. But that website literally took the time, looked into it, and actually fixed the issue. So thank you very much.
Did you threaten a cease and desist against them as well? You probably threatened legal action, right? Like you did against Beck, right?
I just wish we could have gotten more information. I know it's probably like not legal, because I don't think companies can just be like, yeah, so this profile is actually ran by so and so and so, which I understand why they couldn't do that. But at the same time, it's like when something as serious as this is happening, I feel like I do have like the right to know who is doing this, because putting out fake sexual things of me, I heard that there's like screenshots floating around, and like someone is like making voices that sound like me and like a sexual.
I'm confused. You heard about it or you have evidence of it? Because this all seems like a lot of lies. This all seems like a lot of activity for you to go, oh, well, someone told me that this profile had this thing. If you didn't see it, but you reached out to the website to get it shut down. What?
Manner. I have not seen any of this.
Honestly, I think FBI Frank's been at work.
I've only heard about it because people are contacting me, of course. Normally when something like this happens, I get a lot of people in my DMs that are very, very kind to me. But for some reason...
Oh God, pat your own ass more.
With this situation, I have gotten so many DMs where people are like, ew, Amberlynn, you are so gross. I can't believe you would do that. That is disgusting. And I'm just like, ugh, like this troll, as you guys want to call it, even though I feel like it's bigger than that to me. Like, this person is ultimately ruining my reputation because that's not.
So are you of the mind that the troll who made the profile over on that website was also the same person who released the cookie crumble content, or is it someone else? Because I'm confused.
Me, and that's like
I am confused.
Okay, and it's like crazy to me that people actually believe that's me. Like, it's just so absurd. And I'm sure I could get the police involved and stuff like that, and I feel like it might have to come down to that if it continues, because as of right now, January 7th, I have not heard anything new, so that's a good thing. But I'm telling you, like, if you're watching this, the person who is doing this, like, it is illegal what you're doing, and I will get the law involved if you continue to do so. And then there's like a conspiracy of like, is Walnut the same person who like leaked my cookie crumble? And honestly, I don't have the answer for that. I do find it very strange that like these things happened at the same time though. So next.
Yeah, I mean, there are coincidences though. And I mean, a lot of things can be because of other things. I don't necessarily think they're the same person.
Next thing I want to talk about is like the whole Alexis thing. I truly feel like a fool. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. I am very much the type of person.
I think that Ambi seemed quite proud of making sexualized content with food and probably wanted to dip her toe in the same pool as Slommy is, because I can't imagine Slommy has just suddenly stopped wanting to be a feeder, allegedly. So yeah, girl, that's where I think we're at.
And that literally, like, no matter what you do to me, I will forgive you. Within time, you will be forgiven by me. That is just
I think she's shocked in that statement that she just made earlier about, oh, you know, normally when something like this happens, people are all in my inbox being like, oh, we support you, good job, you know, we believe in you. And because she didn't get that interaction with the audience, I think she may have gotten cold feet.
I am. I don't know. I'm a pushover. I let people walk all over me. I don't know what it is. I don't have respect for myself. Like, okay.
That's the one. That's a big one to talk to someone about.
And maybe I do know what it is. I'm literally listing it all off. But like, I wish I was able to not be like that. I think it's like once I love someone, whether it's like romantically or in a friendship way or it's family.
Pat says this walnut BS reminds me of when she talked to herself through sock accounts. Yes, very that energy.
There's almost like no turning back for me. It's very like unconditional. So like when Alexis did her whole thing that she did, we don't need to dive into that. I did end up
we just did, it's fine.
Giving her and I hung out with her. From my point of view, I had a good time. We vibed well and I hung out with her girlfriend as well, and we also vibed and had a good time, and like they vibed well with Tommy, and like, yeah, maybe the first time it was a little awkward. It's gonna be, but I forgave Alexis and I told her, and I was very honest with her, that like she hurt me, like what she did was wrong, and she agreed and she apologized to both me and Tommy. But I was very, very open with the fact that like things probably
That's not how those voice notes sounded, but okay, ma'am.
Aren't gonna be the same. By that I mean like before all that happened, me and Alexis were on the phone like for hours and hours, like every single day. Like she was the person that I went to and I was the person that she went to. And I knew it wasn't going to be like that anymore because she ultimately like absolutely betrayed my trust. And she knew that. So when I filmed that 4-part Q&A series just recently that you guys watched, all of that was filmed in one day. I filmed it on December 29th and I made sure to put that in the description so you guys knew that. I did change my shirt because who wants to like sit there and watch me do 4 videos in the same outfit? Like I know.
Girl, it's bizarre that you did that. I personally think that's bizarre. I think if I'm going to sit down and read it and answer 100 questions and say, okay guys, this is going to be a 4-part video, I'm doing this all in one go, great. It's really not that big a deal, girl. It's weird that you would have had to roll yourself off that couch to change into an even uglier shirt 4 times. Like, that's crazy.
I wouldn't want that.
Just, who cares?
So during that Q&A series, I mentioned in it that no, Alexis is not the one who did the cookie crumble, and people asked if I resented her, and I said no, and I was saying how Alexis is in like her happy healing era and that she's very understanding and patient and kind with the fact that like things aren't how they used to be. But I said those things and scheduled those videos before Alexis went into Jordy's chat and was saying things that genuinely hurt my feelings, saying that I could have leaked the video, saying that she only met me for the plot, and kind of betraying me again. I truly never thought that she would do that again. So obviously when I saw that she did that, because people were messaging me and they were like, Alexis is doing it again. And I was like, doing what? Like, I was literally so confused. I thought people were lying. So I asked for a screenshot, like, show me proof. Oh, and girl, they supplied. Like, my heart dropped to the floor. I was like, damn. So obviously I contacted Alexis and I asked her like, why would you do this? And we just communicated back and forth on Snapchat via like voice messages or whatever. And from what I got out of it, she said that she didn't feel like I was an active friend in her life because I didn't communicate with her as often as she wanted me to. And that's just, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around, because it's like, I understand that her and I do not communicate as much as we used to. Like, again, it was daily, but I personally did not feel comfortable communicating with her daily. And I think I have every right after like what she put me through. I truly believe that you can
why did you go back to being friends?
have friends that you talk to once a week.
Adults, Eric. Adults.
Or every other week. I don't think that you need to talk to your friends every single day. Like, I have friends that I only talk to like once a week, and we have a strong relationship and a strong bond, especially once you're adults. Like, people get busy. But that's what I took out of what Alexis was saying. Was
it's rich coming from Amber.
Genuinely just like, I did this because I don't want people to think that I leaked the video, and you aren't even like an active friend in my life, even though I genuinely thought I was. I just wasn't speaking to her enough. I felt like you should respect your friends regardless of how often you speak. Like, I would have never came on here.
Yeah, if you're going to talk about friends respecting you and then get butthurt that people talk about you on the internet, but not understand how other people can get butthurt when you talk about them on the internet, you might be the problem.
Here.
Not saying that Alexis isn't a problem. There's problems everywhere. But like, you not understand, like, you having such main character pick me energy in what is a friendship. Like, I think your perspective on friendships is cooked. Well fucked. But if you think it's okay for you to do a thing, but not okay for your friend to do exactly the same thing, and you're somehow justified in doing it, but they're villainized because of it, you might be the problem.
Said anything bad about Alexis. I just wouldn't have. I don't do that to my friends. I don't do that to the people I care about in my life. And I'm still not going to do that. Again, it's just more drama and more fires that I have to put out that I literally am just going to leave for someone else to put out, because I genuinely just like don't want to be a part of it. So after I expressed myself to Alexis and pretty much told her exactly what I just told you guys, that like she was still a friend to me, like I still loved her and cared about her. Just
Brianna, exactly. The problem is that she talked to Alexis all day, every day, until she got a new feeder.
because we didn't talk
/girlfriend.
every single day doesn't mean that I didn't love and care about her, etc., etc. She got really angry with me, and she ended up screen recording our whole conversation.
Your friendship started in one place. It changed when you started dating. That's pretty easy to understand for a lot of people who have friends who start dating. Alexis wanted it to continue one way. You continued to date a feeder. Alexis felt butthurt that she didn't have your time as much, and that you were dating someone who might not have been the best for you. And it's all kind of gone downhill.
Feel like I have no privacy when it comes to that woman. So it's like the distance I was putting in between her and I makes sense. Like, subconsciously, I was like, girl, keep your distance. And it's almost as if like my gut and my body and my heart and my soul like knew this was going to happen again, which is really sad. So I ended up blocking her because I only want good people in my life. I don't believe that like anyone is perfect. Like, we aren't robots. People will make mistakes, but like genuinely, like what she has done to me.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't like Alexis anymore. Okay, moving on to the next piece of content, because I realize we're at an hour and we're not getting through this very quickly. So what we're actually going to do is we'll skip over the semaglutide stuff, because I'm all caught up with that. Blah, blah, med spa's bad. They gave me bad needles. They expired, blah, blah. I've got a vial now, but also I can't inject myself because I'm a toddler. And so mum has to do it. Blah, blah, whatever. She gained 40 something pounds, but she was super excited because she lost like 4 the other day. So she's back over the 500 pound mark. Man, 500 pounds, when you think about how heavy that is on a 5'3" frame, that's quite dense. Anyway, we're going to move over into Alexis's response to Amberlynn's community tab post about her, because Amberlynn had been going off on the community tab post about Alexis. So we'll catch up with that as well, and then continue on this absolutely bonkers back and forth between Amberlynn and her basically twin. Okay, let's get started.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I had to find the right spot. I'm just moving through the introduction. And here we Okay, so from Amberlynn Reid, I want to keep up the positivity in my life, and that is going to reflect on all of my social media platforms as well. I'm fully aware of some of the things Alexis is saying, but she is arguing with a wall, as I am going to be taking the time to water the things that matter most in my life. Internet drama and a backstabbing friend isn't part of that. She lied in the summer, defaulting to the voice, apologized to me about it all, and is continuing to lie now. That is all I will say. I'm not fighting back. I'm not sharing my side. Nothing. It's going to be radio silence from my end. I'm a happier person without her in my life. I'm taking something positive out of this. It's another life lesson I've gotten to learn. I've learnt, girl, from, and now I get to move on without someone awful in my life. Clownery.
But as we've seen in most recent history, she is probably going to remain talking about me as long as I continue to talk about her.
I want you to know that I am a loyal enough friend and I care enough
Oh, we're revisiting this. Okay.
as a person that you'll never catch me talking shit about you.
I would have never came on here and said anything bad about Alexis. Genuinely, Alexis is just like not a good friend. Alexis comes off controlling. I ain't the first one to say it in her life, and I won't be the last, so.
That's weird.
I personally want no part in this, so I'm going to finish editing this video. I'm going to schedule it, and I'm never going to speak about her again.
Oh, can I turn my mic up? No, I've got to turn her down. Hold on. There we go.
And I'm never going to speak about her again.
Sorry, it's just so many different, because we're watching so many different pieces of content, it's just all over the shop.
I'm never going to speak about her again.
6 hours later.
Amberlynn has now said that Alexis is lying about everything having to do with her, right? Every single time someone who knew Amberlynn personally comes on the internet and exposes her, Amber comes out and says, Beck is lying, Destiny is lying, Casey is lying.
It is very strange that everybody she has an interaction with turns out to be a liar and is out to get Amberlynn Reid. It is weird. What a coincidence.
Alexis is lying.
Well, she was lying back then, and then she apologized. So she's now a verified liar. I don't think that that's what that means, but that's the narrative that she's trying to paint here.
But the person that has posted content to YouTube stating that they are a known deceiver and a liar is Amber.
Lying about rape, lying to her audience generally, abusing or being negligent towards pets, abusing and being violent towards partners, taking part in an extramarital affair.
Oh, girl, there's a list. That's a good list. We love a list.
Being a bully when she was younger, being nasty and mocking about other people, speaking particularly here about Zachary Michael.
It's just really weird to me that when I take weeks off, all of a sudden, Zachary Michael is going through mental health problems, and he can't post, and he doesn't know what to post, and he doesn't feel motivated.
Oh, I feel so happy that we're going to watch Zachary Michael's response to this in a moment.
Oh, but the minute Amberlynn Reid posts, there's his reaction. Post. And
First of all, you dumb-ass fucking bitch.
he needs me.
I'm very happy for the clip. We're going to rewatch it again.
But also other people dating a feeder and then being angry at
It's so gratifying.
audience for pointing this out.
That's not how Amberlynn logic works.
I would have never came on here and said anything bad about Alexis.
I've seen you talk so much shit about so many people in your life once they do you wrong, including previously Alexis. The first time Alexis betrayed you, you had all kinds of shit to talk about her. Please.
I don't think there's a person that's been featured on Amberlynn's content or as part of the Amberlynn Reid lore who hasn't been spoken about poorly by Ambi. I think the closest, the one who may have been spoken about least, maybe Feline. Yeah, maybe.
Be serious.
You're a lot. So during that episode that I had,
Are you referencing the episode where you texted this to my girlfriend? Even though the day before, literally the day before.
Oh, this is to the girlfriend. Regardless of anyone's feelings, Alexis should not be getting a minor involved in petty drama online. No, absolutely not. What the fuck? She doesn't stop talking about my girlfriend's child and lying to make us look bad. Things will have to be taken care of. What does that mean? The thing is, we have so much we can say about Alexis, but we choose not to. She's being vindictive, lashing out, and lying. I'm choosing to not play her little games, but I can choose to get it taken care of, though. When was this? Miss!
She ignored your 4 consecutive Snapchats and deleted you? Or did you not get the hint that she doesn't want to get involved with you and doesn't want to talk to you?
Oh my god, Ambi, calm down. Go away.
And by the way, Amberlynn, I'm not
This seems like a threat.
getting a minor involved. I just think that Emily has bigger fish to fry than to spend every waking moment of her free time on a FaceTime call with you because you're codependent and you don't trust her.
what you witnessed was a symptom of my BPD. And I know a lot of people are like, you're just making excuses. Fine, let it be an excuse.
So
That's literally all you do, Amber.
So I kind of want to get into some of the comments under this community post that I found interesting.
Yeah, exactly, Ambi. If you want to be silent about a topic, don't talk about it. Don't expect everybody else to be silent, but don't engage. The codependent line really got me, TX. Well said, AC, yeah. But the thing is, it feels like both of them want to be right so bad in the I was right on the internet like theme that it's just going to go back and forth forever. It's great. JJ, thank you for the super chat, honey. JJ says, my wife went error. She's going to get a problem taken care of.
It's just more drama and more fires that I have to put out that I literally am just gonna leave for someone else to put out.
So, like, some of these fires were started by you. The fire with Alexis and your friendship with Alexis, girl, if that ain't started by you.
I think there's a lot of fires when we think about Amberlynn Reid, like, bringing things to the internet. Like, Tommy obviously got brought to the internet, but then so did Erica and Brittany, and that was all because Ambi was like, Valentine's not Slommy, Valentine's Erica. Everyone's like, who's Erica? And then it was like, oh, well, we found Erica. Whoops. And I think Ambi also suffers from the Chantal school of, if people are talking about me on the internet, I have to bring something against them as a defense, which is not what defense is. That's aggression.
Intensifies.
More fires that I have to put out.
The investigation into what caused those catastrophic fires is intensifying.
Fires that I have to put out.
This is a really weird choice of editing.
Oh.
Okay, Amberlynn Reid, firefighter. That's...
I just think it's very convenient and very insensitive.
That's hectic. That's hecticana.
Talking about fires right now, don't you think?
Oh, but wait. There's something else I wanted to ask you two. What was it? Oh, yeah. Don't you two have any brains?
All right, well, I'm done with the end of this. Interesting to note that Alexis is going back and forth with Ambi, taking absolutely none of their own advice and just going back and forth. It's great, but also Ambi's terrible. I just want to boop on over to Zachary Michael and listen to this really fun little clip one more time. Just yes, no, that was Alexis, Brianna. Yes, no, but this is a fun little clip from Zachary Michael that I very much enjoy.
I very rarely ever ask my supporters to spend money on me. There are ways that people can spend money on me if they want, but I like that for the most part.
Oh, it's a little bit behind. Sorry, I didn't realize it was such a long clip. Here we go.
Like, it's just a really weird coincidence to me that, like, when I take weeks off, and I've done it a few times recently, let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon, but it's just really weird to me that when I take weeks off, all of a sudden, Zachary Michael is going through mental health problems, and he can't post. And
First of all, you dumb ass fucking bitch. I have been so fucking nice to you about your mental health problems. I'm sorry. This is where
it gets me together every time.
I have been so kind to you, and while you were taking time off for your mental health during the
tell her
the time you were in Wisconsin, I was very fucking supportive of you. I have been going through a breakup. That's not just a coincidence. It is a thing that I've been going through. I have been nothing but kind to your motherfucking ass about your mental health, and you can shut the fuck up about that. Honestly, truly. I have
work diva. There are many a monologue from Girl World that I think should be taught. Let's replace Shakespeare. Let's bring on the Girl World sonnets.
I've been nothing but kind to you when it comes to your mental health because I understand what it fucking feels like. And you know what? You really want to talk about all of that? I was still streaming consistently on Twitch, even when your ass wasn't posting. And during that time, I also, more than I have in the past month when you have been posting every day, posted about Chantal, posted about the 1,000 Pound Sisters. I did vlogs while I was traveling in New York City.
I did read her down. Zachary Michael then goes into the numbers. Zachary Michael did more content than Ambi over the time. Anyway, that was really, God, I love it. I honestly could listen. I should make that my ringtone. Anyway, we're now going to move into Ambi's latest upload, which is Ambi's response to Zachary Michael. So that's fun. And then we're going to move over to Beck, who had some things to say about Ambi, which I can't wait for Ambi to address in like 7 to 10 days' time. That's going to be really fun for us. Let's get into this one.
Hello. Welcome to a new vlog. I'm pretty sure today is January 11th. Is it? Hold on. Let me go look. Hot damn.
Oh, Dakarabadaki. I'm so glad Zachary Michael blasted her ass. Like, it was very clear. When I watched it the first time, I was just like, oh, I could see the frustration on their face, like, building into that, it's weird that Ambi chose, like, if Ambi wants to talk about other reaction channels saying, like, shady, rude, however you want to see it, things to her, that's fine. But actually, like, coming for someone's mental health on the internet when you yourself are the pillar of refusing to acknowledge your own mental health and working on any of it and using it all as a shield and excuse to your shitty behavior, like, yeah. Girl.
Diggity. It is January 11th. How is it already the 11th? I personally don't know. Time is going by so fast. But anyways, here in the good Oklahoma, it has been snowing, and thankfully it did not snow today. It's still pretty cold, but we had some snow melt, which is a good thing. Okay, guys, it is time to meal plan. Yes, your girl said meal plan. So I'm just gonna use the notes on my MacBook.
What? MacBook?
To do that. So I am on the semaglutide, and I'm telling you, like, it takes away like that, like,
I thought you were using a gurnal.
Desire to order takeout, so I've been eating more at home. I'm not trying to be unrealistically healthy. I'm simply just like eating at home. Okay, so meal plan is gonna go as such. So I am grocery shopping tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I'm simply just gonna write down all the days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. So then I can just go through and decide that way. So what I'm gonna be meal planning is simply like,
I'm so sorry, Ambi. This sounds like it's the first time you've ever done this. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
What I want like my main meal to be that day, which is usually dinner. So Sunday tomorrow, I won't have to plan for that thing.
Sorry, I've got to turn her up.
Because I am having a little mother-daughter moment, so we're gonna get some dinner together. I'm just gonna put out with mom.
She wanted to click those nails in our ears. That's what this is. It's ASMR punishment.
And then Monday, I'm craving tacos. I think I'm gonna do tacos for Monday and Tuesday. I'm not usually like a leftover girly, but some foods I can withstand the next day. So I definitely can withstand some like taco meat the next day, so I'll be fine with
Home Alone Legend, a pleasure. Thank you for the super chat. It's good to see you today.
that. I've also really been enjoying like soups. There's this like potato Mexican soup.
Oh God, I saw that.
That I kind of made up. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Maybe I can show you guys a recipe.
God, you could...
What I'm telling you?
How about instead of showing us your recipes, how about you follow an actual recipe that isn't just like chili minestrone? Please.
So good. And then Thursday, what do I want?
Minestrone-ly.
Maybe Thursday we can do like a rice.
Shadow of Yarnum. Hello. Thank you for the support, hun. Shadow says, not a leftover girly. My ass. I don't think she doesn't keep leftovers. I think that's her trick.
Type of soup type deal type situation. I have been really craving soups and just like warm foods, comforting foods. So with both of the soups, I do like to use either like ground turkey or beef. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the beef between those 2 days.
Also, there was a piece of content before this where she was talking about leftovers. I think it was for the soup, and I was like, girl, just put it in a container and put it in the freezer. Like, that's a really easy way to keep leftovers for longer, especially soup, something that you have to like heat up anyway.
And then Friday, I like to go to bingo with my mom, so I'm just gonna put bingo, so I don't really have to plan for that day, because usually we eat at bingo. Saturday is also really up in the air, because I like to spend Saturdays with my mom. So I think for that day, I might just put spending it with mom. We did not spend today together, because again, it's been cold, it's
Honey, no one gives a shit.
snowy. Like the other day, my mom couldn't even drive to work, so my stepdad had to drive her. Like,
yeah,
it's just...
no, we don't, girl, 3 minutes into 14-minute vlog, no one cares.
It's been kind of like hectic over here.
What am I going to do on Sunday? Well, Sunday, maybe I'm going to spend some time with mom. Girl.
In Oklahoma, but...
Normally, content creators will, like, create their content or their calendar of content off camera.
We're all safe and sound. So now that I have, like, my main meals planned, I want to just, like, make a store list of, like, okay, what do I need for the tacos? What do I need for the soups and stuff like that? I have
a grocery list? Ooh.
I'm snacking a lot on, like, chocolates and stuff. I need to find, like, a little bit better alternative. Like... Girl,
don't eat them.
I love chocolate, but we need to like just be a little bit better. And then for my other meal, because obviously I'm not just having one meal a day, I'm really craving bagels. So I'm gonna eat bagels. I'm gonna do cream cheese, and I kind of want to do the whole you guys remember that thing I tried with the bacon and scallion? I kind of want to have that like on a bagel. Does that sound hectic? I don't know. So I'm gonna be able to.
What? You know what? Barry, thank you for the super chat, honey. Barry says, "Hi, Poppy. I took a shower, cleaned, and did my nails today. Oh, nice. You know what I didn't do? Weaponize my mental health to attack people I dislike. Good job, Barry. Thank you for the support. Ambi wishes. I'm glad you had a fabulous day. Thank you for taking care of yourself."
Have that for multiple days in a row, actually, since there comes with like 6 bagels in one thing. So I'll be able to have that for 6 days. So that's going to work out. But yeah, back to my chocolate alternative. What could I have instead on some days? You know what? I'm just going to Google. What are some
Girl, wake up.
healthy-ish snacks? Cottage cheese and fruit, nuts, fruit and yogurt, whole grain toast, fruit and
You literally do, God, I need to stop saying that. You do nothing with your day. You want a little sweet treat at the end of the day? Sure. You want to snack and graze through the day? That might be a thing to look at in terms of calorie consumption.
Smoothie, whole grain crackers, peanut butter and banana, pita and hummus. I want something sweet. So I'm going to say, what are some healthier snacks?
Fruit. Watermelon's a good one. Big fan of mangoes. I don't know what's around Oklahoma, but I'm assuming there's like some fresh produce to choose from.
That
you could bake something.
Sweet chocolate chia pudding, trail mix. I do love trail mix. I can like make my own. Chocolate covered bananas, frozen grapes. I do love a frozen grape. Apple and almond butter, a smoothie. See, that's like healthy.
Girl, you're 500 pounds. Maybe we don't need the chocolate. Maybe we need to look at healthy before we start like getting into liver concern territory. No?
Trail mix does sound good, but again, I would probably just add like some chocolate, some nuts. Oh my gosh. I think I might do green apples and peanut butter. I love green apples and peanut butter because green apples are more sour compared to like regular red apples. Okay, so I meal planned. I'm excited.
Okay. If you say so, dear.
And then when I'm at the store, obviously, if I see some other things that I could have throughout the week, I'll just get it there. But this is like the stuff I need. Oh, and I need some stuff for around the house as well. I need some more Sprite Zero. Also want more Cherry Coke Zero. Oh my God, so good. I haven't had that in forever, I feel like. Pine Sol.
We're watching someone create a shopping list. We're not even in the shop. Like I would prefer this content if we were in the shop and she could show me what a shop looked like and all of the fun things, because that's fun. But we are just watching someone sit down and write out a shopping list. Oh, Ambi.
Toilet paper, dish soap. I do need more of that. Also dish sponges. I think that's it. Okay, guys, so I have gone back and forth whether I wanted to speak on this.
Most people just do that like in 2 minutes that they find in the day, where they're like, oh God, I'm out of everything in the pantry. I gotta write a list. And then they write it, and then they go to the shops, and then they get the list.
That was my thoughts and my feelings regarding
My God.
it. I didn't want to just like spew nonsense. I really wanted to sit with it. And I've decided I think I should speak on it because it is kind of heavy on my mind, on my heart. So I have gotten a lot of support and backlash regarding like what I said about Zachary Michael. There's a lot of people that think I should literally die and fall off the face of the planet for what I said about someone's mental health issues.
I think what you said was really rude and quite hypocritical when you sit there and cry that all reaction channels are bullies. And to be fair, like a lot of people say a lot of different things, but I get the feeling, and it's not like I watch Zachary Michael as often as like I guess COVID time when I had more time. I don't watch that much, but I kind of get the sense that they have quite a lot of compassion and quite a lot of understanding when it comes to you crying about your mental health on the internet. I think collectively across the general audience, we're all just really sick and fucking tired of you using it as an excuse to be a shitty person and to not manage, not address it. Like, why are you not seeing a doctor? Why are you not in therapy? Why are you not in counseling? Why are you not participating in any of these things that could help you manage all of these conditions and concerns? And not saying that they're going to be a magic bullet for anything, but just saying you're not even trying. But then you turn around and say, well, this reaction channel's taking a break. this reaction channel's like not doing content and they're saying it's for this reason and this, that, and the other. And I'm not saying if the shoe were on the other foot, there wouldn't be some people out there who might be critical of you if you came online and said, oh, I'm just taking January off for a mental health break. Me, for instance, I would sigh and just say, girl, okay, but like go do something with that. Don't just take January off and not do anything and expect your mental health to get any better. But whatever, I don't care. And that's fine. But I certainly wouldn't react or respond the way that you did by essentially like insinuating that Zachary Michael was using their mental health as an excuse to take a break until you had returned just to create content. Like, girl, you're not that important, first of all. And second of all, poor thing to say. Poor choices.
And then there's the other side of people who are like, I applaud you for finally like sticking up for yourself after years and years of torment. So
there are ways to stick up for yourself if you want to participate in that. But again, I do not believe that Zachary Michael was an example of a reaction channel who was shitting on your mental health. I think most people probably don't shit on your mental health. A lot of people are just sick and fucking tired of your inaction and inability and the excuses. And that goes for reaction channels, audience members, everybody. It's really that simple. So if you want us to be compassionate about you and your struggles, and truly there are so many struggles, that's all well and good. But when you do stuff like that and you're very rude, dismissive, and just not very nice about it, it's hard for people to want to be sympathetic towards you and your struggles, because we see you shitting on someone who's going through it but also trying to help themselves, and then you expect us to have nice things to say about you when you come online, shit on other people, and then blame your BPD. That's weird. That's weird and manipulative and not right. Barry, thank you for the super chat, honey. Barry says, I found a good statement that Amber should learn from. Just because I'm the center of my world doesn't mean I'm the center of everybody else's world. Yeah, you can be your own main character. That's fine. But, like, not to everyone else. I agree, Barry. Thank you for the super chat.
Received a lot of mixed feelings, and if you guys thought that I was not going to see the clip of someone actually like verbally abusing me, then y'all thought wrong. I did watch it, and I've also watched like another clip from Twitch, which I have never watched his Twitch before.
Sorry, girl, where's the verbal abuse? Sorry, where's that?
Until I saw this clip. So I do feel like I need to speak up on this because it's kind of a lot, to be honest.
Is it the one where he called you a dumbass fucking bitch? Is that because you were attacking his mental health, right? The thing that you hate all of us for because we attack you and we attack your mental health. So it's right. Okay. So it's okay when you do it, but it's not okay when anybody else does it. And I don't believe anybody who is giving you criticism or sharing their opinions on your lack of self-care. That's not verbal abuse, dear heart. That's just calling a spade a spade. That's just watching someone circling the drain for 10 years and refusing to make active change in their life and watching them waste their life away because they're too afraid. Or actually, in your instance, it's not fear, it's laziness. You are so bogged down in being the main character and being a victim in everybody's eyes that you refuse to work with healthcare professionals to better your own life. And instead, you've just made this existence where you plop yourself down, ploppy plops, on the couch and cry for money on the internet and blame everybody else for the position that you're in. Do you remember, Amby, back when... You're not watching this, thank God, go away. Do you remember when you were working with a healthcare team on your gurney to weight loss surgery? Do you remember when you had a therapist and a psychologist and mental health care professionals, and there were like four healthcare professionals who were helping you on that gurney, and you shat the bed and you threw it all away because of some reason? And that's really weird to me, because you were making progress and now you're just here crying on the internet again because people are sharing their thoughts about your bullshit behavior. Okay.
And I really wish people would like separate like who the two people are and like biased opinions based around me and reaction channels, and look at it as like person A and person B, regardless. Sure. Even though I feel like I'm standing in front of a bunch of like people who want to see me fail and who don't really care about what I have to say.
I don't care about what you have to say because you've talked shit for 10 years, most of it lies. You as a person, I acknowledge the fact that you are a person. Full stop.
I'm standing here and I'm using my voice because as a woman and as someone here on YouTube who has constantly had to just fight and fight and fight, I'm not going to stop now. I feel like
What are you talking about? Fight what? Fight where? She thinks people sharing opinions, she thinks people reacting to her content are suppressing her, are taking her voice away, are making sure that people know that, you know, she's not to be trusted. She's not to be trusted. Don't trust this person. Ew. No. But Ambi, if you've got fans, if you've got people who listen to you, if you've got people who like you over there, that's great. I'm not one of them. And I think a majority of people are not one of them. And that's not because you've got reaction channels sharing their opinions on the internet. That's because we watch the content and we say, that doesn't seem right. No, don't like that. No.
I have a lot to say, but I really just want to like dwindle it down into like short form. I said something about Zach saying that like his mental health issues is the reason why he can't upload. But then the minute that
Yeah, finish that sentence.
I upload, he has a reaction. That is the only thing I have ever said about Zachary Michael's mental health. And to be honest, the years and years that he has spent on his channel mocking me, being insensitive to any issue that I have.
You are a content creator. You are making entertainment on YouTube. If we, as an audience, watch it and laugh at it and laugh at you, then that's okay. Do you know why? Because this is entertainment. This is not therapy. We are not friends. Nobody knows you in the real world. Girl, if you want to make a fool and be a dumpster fire and act a clown on the internet and you get fucking upset that people laugh at you, get a grip. Get a grip. Build a bridge. Get over it. Sit and spit.
I mean, he can sit here and say that he stands up for me for this and for that and for random things, but sure. That doesn't take away the fact that I have been mocked by him. That also includes my mental health. We're not even going to go to like the...
Show me the clips. Show me the proof. Show me the evidence. You are an amazing example as to why mental health care is so important. Why acknowledging reality and not living in delusion is so important. Like, I could not imagine living life through your lens, and that's not talking about mental health, that's talking about your lifestyle. You're a liar. You're a bully. You talk about people in your life when they've asked you not to. And you do it all for coin on the internet. This would be a very different situation if Zachary Michael and Ambi were friends in real life, knew each other, and Zachary Michael was laughing about Ambi's poor mental health to the rest of the group or the family or whatever. This is a show. This is YouTube. This is not group counseling. Get a fucking grip.
Physical aspect of like making fun of the fact that it's hard for me in the past to like walk to a tree. Or like every time he sees me walking in a video, literally you can see him subconsciously move his body in a waddling fashion.
Girl, we all do that. It's because when we're watching it, we don't want to get seasick. It's like we're on the water. Okay, girl. Whatever. Angela, thank you for the super chat, honey. Angela says, really wish you'd stop abusing the wrong words, no pun intended. It minimalizes real victims. Oh yeah, it does. I mean, we could get into the history of Ambi using the incorrect word or using a word with full intent to use it and then walking it back because being called out about the reality of that word. A long sordid history. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat.
Like, we're not even gonna like include those things and multiple other things like him joining in on AmberCon, literally hosted by one of the most fat-phobic people there is. But we're strictly gonna go with like the mental health aspect because that is the reason why he decided to literally verbally abuse me in front of everyone and he's getting applauded for it. Listen, he says awful things about my mental health too. It might not be in the black and white way that I did it, but I am telling
Log off, girl. You need to take a walk. Go get some fresh air. Gain some perspective. Your content is coming online crying about your mental health and how bad, or good, I guess, your life is because of it. You expect the audience to not be allowed to talk about that. That's what you expect. You expect like your specific example to be protected. No one's allowed to talk about your mental health. No one's allowed to give you advice. No one's allowed to say, I wouldn't do that. I would do this. No one's allowed to laugh at you. No one's allowed to be critical. Everyone has to pat Ambi's stinky butthole all the way to the bank, because that's why she does YouTube. It's attention and money. Get a grip. Again, girl. Good God, girl, get a grip. Because it's not all about you. It's really not. And there are many people in this audience and many people who suffer with mental health concerns and a lot of people who work on themselves. And you are such an entitled main character that you think you are just impervious to criticism. That's what you think. You think because you've got all of these things going on with you, people can't talk about you. It'd be a very different energy and a very different vibe if you were actively working on yourself, but instead you say, no, I'm going to shit talk all of these people who are in my life, my ex-best friend, my ex, this ex, that ex. I'm going to talk about all of these people. I'm going to blame Erica's wife for the reason why Erica was cheating with me, even though I knew that Erica was married and I still did it for a month and this, that, the other. I'm going to start dating a feeder and then cry about people allegedly cookie crumbling. You're the victim in all of this, but you're not, though. You're not. You bring it to the internet. Like, you could be living this life offline. You don't need to be making content about any of this, but you do. That's your choice. So we laugh. We laugh and we laugh and we laugh. Because it's a fucking joke. It's a joke to you, so don't expect it not to be a joke to us.
He does it frequently. So this might be like a very small example, but it's a recent example that is like an ongoing example. I have massive anxiety when it comes to like public speaking in person. So bingo, for instance. When I get a bingo, yelling bingo out loud gives me so much paralyzing anxiety that I literally can't do it. That is a mental...
What do you want from us? Do you want a round of applause for being able to do it? Is that what it is? Honestly, is that what it is? Do you want us to say, good job, Ambi, you called out bingo even though we know it's hard for you? Is that what you want? Okay. Great job, girl. You did something that you were uncomfortable with. That doesn't mean you're a good person. That doesn't mean we like you. That doesn't mean that walks back the years of lies and BS and just nonsense. Good job, you overcame a single struggle in your life. Well done. And what?
But it's a recent...
Go to therapy.
Example that is like an ongoing example. I have massive anxiety when it comes to like public speaking in person. So bingo, for instance. When I get a bingo, yelling bingo out loud gives me so much paralyzing...
Can you imagine being friends with Amberlynn Reid and being spoken to like this? This is not invigorating. Agitating.
Anxiety that I literally can't do it. That is a mental illness. Anxiety is a mental illness. That is something that I am suffering.
Girl, we know. Also, the concept of anxiety and depression exists in many people, not just people who have diagnoses, but also people who don't have diagnoses suffer from elevated periods of energy and emotional status, i.e. anxiety, and lower depression and depressive status. Not saying that everybody gets a diagnosis and not saying that everybody experiences it to the highs and lows that diagnoses often bring, but please understand, Ambi, that people experience anxiety and depression throughout their life. We do know. Please don't speak to us like we're fucking idiots, because you're a fucking idiot. We know, we get it, we understand. We've been watching you for 10 years. We know. But if you have those diagnoses, which I still suspect sometimes, and if you want to take all of that seriously and you want to overcome it, girl, good job, good for you. Go and speak to a therapist. Go and work with a professional, because this is a fucking joke. You and your Cindy fucking Lou Who hair right here. I can't. I'm so sick of you. I'm so sorry. I thought this would be a really fun, a hoot and a holler, a hoot and berry, as it would be called, but this like smug Lynn talking down to energy makes me irritable.
He constantly makes fun of that. It's something that I'm embarrassed about, I'm ashamed about. Like, I wish that I could yell bingo like a normal person, because to normal people, it's easy to do. For me, it's super hard. So in a recent vlog, I was like, you guys, I yelled bingo, like I'm so proud of myself because like I conquered that anxiety.
It's weird to me that you talk about your anxiety in the real world, then come and complain about it on the internet, then cry that other people have opinions about it on the internet. If you feel like this is a raw patch in your life, if you feel as if this is something that you want to work on, maybe don't talk about it on the internet. Maybe take it offline. Talk with friends, talk with family, talk with a therapist. Maybe don't make it into content that you throw ads on for money. That content, the content that you make and put out there for monetary gain, you should be accepting the fact that it's not within your control anymore, and accept the fact that audiences will like it, dislike it, laugh at it, boo it, whatever. Don't take that personal, girl. But this is all too personal. It's too much. The snake is eating its own tail.
He made fun of me. He made fun of my mental illness. So another recent thing when it comes to my mental health is I expressed at length at the whole feederism topic and calling my girlfriend a feeder and saying that I'm a feedie, that I'm actively involved in that sort of relationship.
Your partner was engaged to someone who created content, well, both of them created content, allegedly, feeder content on the internet for money. You came online and said, well, the reason why that content was being made was so that Tommy could travel to the ex-partner because they didn't live in the same area. You acknowledged the content was being made. That makes Tommy a feeder, bro. Alexis, hello, thank you for the super chat, honey. Alexis says, I struggle with little anxieties like this, but I work on them and can laugh at my brain fearing small things. She has no humility. Alexis, I just don't understand. Thank you for the super chat as well. It's so frustrating listening to her talk to the audience like this, as if none of us experience anything similar to what Amberlynn could possibly imagine. Like, Amby, imagine having all of these things going on in your world and also having, like, people you have to look after, having, like, households you have to look after, having a job, having hobbies, experiencing the world. Like, imagine it having all of these things and having to work hard to overcome them because you want to experience life instead of sitting on the internet and crying about people's fucking opinions of you. There's a whole wide world out there, Amby. My God.
Has been detrimental to not only my mental health, but to Tommy's as well. He knows this, and he continues in every single reaction. Says emotional support feeder, and he says anytime that I'm eating, it's for Tommy. Anytime that I'm showing my body, it's for Tommy. He's continuing on a storyline that I wish would literally stop. I wish it would stop for more.
I don't think that's going to stop, considering the fact that Tommy is a feeder, allegedly, for content. I think that it is curious and potentially dangerous that you've decided to get into a relationship with someone who created content surrounding the growth of an individual via food on the internet. Girl, make your own choice. Big cherry away.
The one reason. I wish it would stop because it's not true, and I wish it would stop because it's detrimental to Tommy's mental health and to my own. And
both of you need to stop reading the comments, stop listening to reaction channels, log off, go enjoy your life. Make some vlogs, do whatever. But you keep saying how you've got such adoring fans over on YouTube, on Instagram and on TikTok, and you've got fans and people love you, and oh my God, people come up and, like, enjoy that portion. Like, don't engage with the people who have opinions about you. Engage with your fans. If that's what you want. If you want your little hug box, go spend time over there. Stop watching what everybody says. Stop listening to what everybody says. Accept the fact that people are just going to disagree with you, and understand that we're allowed to be critical because we're audience members. Sorry, girl. Sorry, I don't like you.
he actively knows that and still continues to do it. He has zero regards to my feelings at all. I even flat out said multiple times that this whole subject causes my mental health to be worse than ever. So that is just...
Then stop talking about it. No one's forcing you to listen to anybody's opinions. Oh my God. Barry, thank you for the support, honey. Barry says, to all my friends in here who struggle with mental health and go to therapy and try to take control of your lives, I'm so proud of you. That's very nice to say, Barry. Keep doing it. Amber, go to therapy and log the heck off. Thank you for the super chat, honey. I agree. I think whenever Amby or Chantal both talk about mental health, both of them use everything as an excuse and a reason and a shield, and not a like, I struggle with this, but I'm working on this, and I found success with this, and I found failure with this, and that's okay, because understanding how this all works is part of it, and this, that, the other. But there's none of it. It's just shitty behavior and then coming online and blaming potential diagnoses on the reason why. The sympathy is just not there. Geo, thank you for the super chat, honey. Geo says, mental health issues won't ever seek therapy. It's bonkers. It's bonkers that she's been talking about it for 10 years on the internet and has never once, outside of the weight loss surgery arc, nah.
Simply two small examples of what I mean. And like the big grand scheme of things. Like this has been going on for years and I have taken it for years. Like I could have a whole list of things that he has either mocked me for, made fun of me for, judged me for, has been insensitive about, etc., etc. That
someone being insensitive about your content on the internet is not the same. Is not the same thing. That's not what this is. That's not what we're talking about, girl.
Has been mental health related, but him and his audience has not gave a fuck. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that what I said wasn't distasteful because it genuinely was. But I have been literally been low key made fun of his whole YouTube career. And it's so low key that like he gets away with it. But even channels are like high key about it, they still get away with it too. Like a good example of that is like...
He's the eternal victim.
Like
sorry, victim? How do I put villain and victim together?
Calling Jordy pale. Like everyone was so mad about it, or like the fact that I said that he lives in his mom's basement, which I have no idea if that's a thing. People are like,
you insinuated that he was living in his mom's basement playing Warcraft and tried to like shade him for that. But you also need to realize you're in a glass house and you don't go outside. So maybe the girl who can't get off the couch doesn't make fun of the guy who plays video games.
Well, it's a good thing that he lives with his mom.
And again, in this instance, maybe the girl who refuses to go to therapy doesn't try to make fun of someone who is suffering with a mental health concern. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Do you see?
I don't know if he does, but everyone had like every like great excuse under the sun for the reason why he lives in his mom's basement. But yet, me getting into my mom's car because I don't drive is like a horrendous thing.
We know the reason. We know that reason, though. We don't know... I mean, I don't follow Geordie, but assuming we don't know the reason why. But we do know the reason why you don't drive. It's because you've been on YouTube for 10 years and you've cried about it here. So that's fun.
But yet me living with girlfriends is like a horrendous thing because I can't live on my own and this and that. But it's like people will make excuses for these reaction channels while literally looking down upon me constantly. But anyways, back to Zach. His response to me was like a misogynistic rant of nothing but like curse words and just, it was horrible. It was like verbally abusive. If I did that, which I have never done that, people would be like, oh, that's her true colors. There it is. But Zach is being rewarded for this, which is...
Ooh, I can't wait for the clip shows to pull out all of the YouNows and the live streams and... Oh boy, that's going to be a fun time. Good luck, everyone.
Crazy to me, and I feel like it gets even worse than that. He literally went onto Twitch and brought violence into the mix. Whether he was joking or not, that is not okay to joke about. It truly makes me feel unsafe, and not in the way of like, oh, I firmly believe he's gonna come and like hurt me physically, but I no longer feel safe in this corner of the internet.
Ambi, bringing this to the internet without like the clip or evidence or anything like that is a not good move.
Like this is my job and it was my passion, and it's truly just like being ripped from me day by day by day. I should be allowed on the internet without feeling unsafe. Now because I said one thing about his mental health, where literally in every single video he has something to say about mine, he now has made room to validate his insensitivities to my mental health or just me as a person, as a full ass person, as a human who is nuanced completely. So
you are a joke on the internet. Holy shit.
Now he gets to be insensitive in like an exaggerated manner instead of just the low-key manner that he has had this whole time during his career. This also
God, how dare someone be rude on YouTube? Ha!
This goes to show that no matter what I do, no matter what the reaction channels do, I will always be the villain and I will always be the bad guy. Zach's response to my one thing that I said about him, when he has said thousands and thousands and thousands of things about me that has hurt me, his response was abusive. It was cruel, it was mean, and I have to sit back and like deal with that because
She really needs to learn when to use the right words.
Thousands of people agree that that's the way he should have responded to me when I have never responded to any reaction channel in that way. And if I did,
I don't think that's true.
People would have attacked me for a lifetime. I'm truly sickened, and like it has made me look at Zach in a completely different way. I constantly flip-flop with him, but I literally am sickened by this. This community has made it okay to attack one person and one person only and to literally silence them. And the minute they say one thing that might be distasteful among the thousands of things the other person has said, it immediately made...
Why are you listening? Oh my God, girl, log off.
Me the bad guy and him the hero. I was simply stating one thing, while again, he states thousands and thousands and gets away with it constantly. Literally calls me a bitch, literally says fuck you, literally says he's gonna like use these hands or whatever, like insinuating violence, and everyone is okay with it. Like, it's not okay. I know he's gonna rebuttal and he's gonna say, well, you've done this and you've done that and you've done this, and not take accountability for his words.
Oh, this is rich coming from Amberlynn. Sorry, Amberlynn's complaining that someone's not taking accountability for their words. Oh, Lord, you are unlikable. Gio, thank you again for the super chat, honey. Gio says her life is a continuous excuse. Forever a victim. Yep, victim Lynn.
I know that's what's gonna happen. I know that's gonna be his response because he has done this long enough. He knows what his audience wants. I don't really know what else to say about it, but I do want to end this vlog. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Okay, bye, Ambi. Well, a perfect time to round up with Beck's latest upload. So this is Kinda Good, Kinda Beck. This is a 13-minute life update, which is just towards the end. But Beck's got some words about Amberlynn. So I thought, what a fun time to do a marathon of a Marilyn. No, that's someone different.
It's been a long time since you guys have heard from me, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video than normal. I know you're used to seeing my face. I was really nervous to make this video, and I still am, but I thought it was really important to make it, so
Oh, Zachary Michael responded this morning. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that later. Ooh.
I sat down.
Ooh, how good.
And I wrote everything down to help me organize my thoughts so it would come out more clearly and I wasn't jumbling over my words or saying too much like I usually do. I'm just going to show you guys some speed drawings while I talk to you about what's going on and where I've been and so on. People have asked me a lot about why I don't make my own videos or live stream anymore. They want to know why I haven't used the platform that's been handed to me to make money. And the main reason is because this community, even though a lot of you have been kind and supportive, has been and is very harmful and toxic mentally for me. While I've grown as a person and have become more aware of the mistakes I've made in the past, it's become embarrassing to have ever been a part of Amber's life on and off YouTube. My God.
That sounds like a bit of regret. It is so nice and so kind of refreshing, I suppose, to listen to someone who acknowledges the fact that, yeah, I was part of that for a while, and for my own sake, I don't want to be part of that anymore. And that can be like the relationship with Amberlynn, obviously, but also creating content for the audience. And it sounds like Beck has just been aware and is conscious of the fact that, like, sometimes being in a community like that and being a character in that community is not good for where they want to be in life, not good for mental health or concern or reading about yourself or any of those things. That's a nice change.
Goal after the breakup was to move on as an individual and separate myself from what happened in the past. But when that audience consists mainly of people who have heard of me from Amber's videos, separating the two while still existing online became impossible. A lot of people know of me from that time in my life, and I have had to accept that and keep moving forward. I went through a lot back then, and I made mistakes.
God, is this growth? Growth in the Ambiverse? That's not scale related? Crazy.
It wasn't the person I wanted to be or who I am now. When I chose to go to Karina Kaboom's channel, it was because I wanted to tell part of my story in a way that was from a safer distance so that I couldn't be accused of being a grifter or profiting off of it just for answering some questions. I was offered no money from Karina's video and I didn't expect any profit or fame from it. The reaction was still very mixed and hurtful, and I know I can't please everybody. I still felt like Amber's narcissism was being fueled by the people
Ooh, talk about it, Beck.
Who would attack anyone remotely connected to her, no matter what role they played in her life, even though she only keeps benefiting financially and growing her ego through this vicious cycle. It was just
Beck's a little loud. Sorry, chat.
discouraging, and I just stopped trying to speak up altogether. Even with the support of a lot of you, it was hard to not internalize the negative things being spread about me by Amber and others. I know that in my Q&A with Karina, I talked about the money Amber owed me. I never did see any of that money and still haven't. For a while.
I find that so bizarre. I find that so bizarre and so disrespectful that they lived together for so long and Ambi was basically like, right, out on your ass, pay your own bills. Like, that, Beck was her caretaker. Like, it comes to mind when Ambi came online, that piece of content where she said, oh, I basically, like, had the sponge bath in bed all of 2019. And it's like, girl, like, give your departing partner like a little bit of something to help them on their way for having to fucking turn you every 12 hours. My God.
I was in contact with an attorney who claimed to be able to help me get the money back that I...
DX, I watched the finale the other night. Joella was absolutely stunning. Oh, what a queen.
Earned working for Amber, but it wasn't possible to serve her anything without an updated address. More time passed, and with the distance growing between myself and the public, I just let it go. But recently I was told that Amber has started talking about me again, and the more time
Oop, there it is.
that passes, the more she believes that I'm being quiet because I'm weak. She lies about me because she thinks that she has power over me and that my fear of the public reaction will shut me up and that everyone will be left with no choice but to believe whatever lies she spread. Well, she's wrong about me, and she
Work, diva.
no longer has that power over me. I want to be the one who tells my story. I'm going to show a screenshot of a live that Amber commented on about me and address some things. But first I want to point out that she continues to use an incorrect name, even though she has been told that I don't go by that name anymore. I feel it's disrespectful to continue to call me by my old name, despite me saying myself that I now go by Beck, and her being corrected by viewers and reaction channels many times. I'm not surprised, however, as she has never respected me or anything I've said before now. She also...
Oh, God. Like, hearing someone say that about your relationship... like, Zam.
many times. I'm not surprised, however, as she has never respected me or anything I've said before now.
Like, imagine saying someone about that relationship. Like, sorry, imagine someone saying that about you in a relationship. Ouch.
She also used incorrect pronouns, but I understand that I've stated in the past that I was okay with she, they pronouns. I'm stating now that I only use they. So the first thing she said is, when we broke up, I felt bad, so I let her have all the money she needed, but Feline didn't like that, which made sense.
Not Ambi blaming Feline on the fact that Beck didn't get paid. That's insane.
She gave me...
Girl, Feline was around with Ambi while Beck was still living there. God, no respect.
$100, and that's what I used to go get the U-Haul with, and I only had one day with that U-Haul because I didn't have enough money to pay for an extra day, and I was trying to rush and pack everything that I could as quickly as possible, and I was running out of time, so I had a little breakdown and was crying about it, saying I didn't know how I was going to pay for extra time with the U-Haul because I didn't have the time to get everything, and she started laughing about it. So she was laughing.
That's very ambi-coded. Also, like, I'm glad we watched that piece of content before watching this one, because... Yes, Ambi, you are definitely the victim and never a mean person ever.
Laughing about the fact that I couldn't afford to continue to have the U-Haul for longer. So no, she obviously didn't feel bad. She didn't care at all. And she did not give me all the money that I needed, or else why would I have been struggling and crying about the fact that I couldn't afford to have the U-Haul longer?
Literally did like tens, if not hundreds of hours of live streams together. Didn't get a say. Meg Ryan, thank you for being here for 3 months, lovely. Meg says, Spicy Zach is my favourite Zach. Loved you. Loved right back, Meg. I hope you're having a good day.
And about using the fundraiser.
I don't know what it is, but Ambi, she rubs me the wrong way. MB, thank you for the super chat as well. MB says, on the ferry on Sydney Harbour. Ooh, after a lovely long lunch. Nice. I hope you got your sunscreen, lovely. I hope everyone is having a great day. I am. Thanks.
Their money on my old car. That's exactly what I did. I got the car fixed because of that help, and I was extremely thankful for it. There was a little bit of money left over that I put toward bills like insurance and the car payment. The only portion used for anything else was the $12 or so that Amber begged me to give her for the Netflix account I'd still been using. I was able to drive that car up until a few months ago because of those donations. I wouldn't have been able to do that without that help, and I will always be grateful for that. And side note, I did not have her debit card on
Ambi is an empath.
Me all the time. The only time I had it was whenever she would send me to do errands for her or to pick something up for her.
Also, what made Ambi start talking about Beck all of a sudden?
And I always came back with a receipt to show her what had been bought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they should do another AmberCon, but I think it should just be all of the X's. Or it'd be like Scott Pilgrim.
With her debit card. The next messages say, gosh, I could say so many things, but I can't. She said she would sue me, so I have to shut up, but people would be shocked and not believe a word I say. Gosh, I wonder why they wouldn't believe you, Amber. You have a history of lying, and you're doing the same thing right now. You have nothing on me, and I know that. I did threaten to sue
I do love this attitude.
you, but that was to stop you from relentlessly talking about me like you were. You had no reason to talk about me. I've come out and said things only in response to you bringing me up. The threat to sue did not stop you, as seen in this screenshot. You haven't said these shocking things because they don't exist. Anything you could possibly say truly would be a lie. I will no longer stay silent if you try to spread lies about me.
And to be fair, at this point in time, I do think it's pretty shitty if Ambi is talking about the X's as they go kind of further back, because she is the one with the larger platform. And I love that she, that all happened in Geordie's chat about her saying, well, Geordie's got such a big platform. It's like, girl, you're the main character, but also like see how that impacts like people who are in your past when you decide you want to talk about exes all of a sudden.
I've told parts of my story, and it's all been true, and never said in an insulting way either. I have so many gross things that I've seen you do, both to me and the people in my life, that I've kept quiet about because those things are embarrassing or have something to do with very personal matters. Despite how you've treated me, I still have empathy. However, if
I do also love the art going on in the background. This is such a fun like idea to do a voiceover vlog.
want to lie about me, I won't hold back.
Hey, Mads.
I'll be brutally honest about things I know about you. The next comment, she said, she had a job that was ruining her back. I told her she didn't have to go through that. I was helping her. I made a lot of money and wanted to take that burden off of her. Yes, in the beginning, she did make it seem that me quitting my job would be beneficial for my health and that it wouldn't be so hard on me anymore.
And that was years before like the caretaker status came into it.
But I learned very quickly that whenever I did quit my job, that it was just a control tactic. She said she wanted to be the main breadwinner, and all the things that she said I would be able to do, like see my family more, those things didn't happen. I was just stuck taking care of her. And whenever I talked about trying to get a job again, she would just guilt trip me and say, you know, well, I need you here. I need you to help take care of me and to help me take care of the animals.
That's absolutely crazy.
Would just guilt trip me into not trying to find another job. And the only things she really would buy me is like food and candy and t-shirts. So, I mean, whenever I would try to save up change, she would say things like, is that your funds for when you leave me? So
that statement there needs to actually be discussed, because that is such a like gross thing for a partner to say.
Buy me is like food and candy and t-shirts. So, I mean, whenever I would try to save up change, she would say things like, is that your funds for when you leave me? So
that's scary. That's bad. That is very, very bad.
Would even stop saving change to avoid that conflict with her. In the end,
I can't imagine being in a relationship with someone where that like interaction is going on, where you're so like you've been so overwhelmed with having to be the person in their life and then being like suspective, I suppose, of them putting money away because they're going to use it as like a go bag. My God.
Me quitting my job wasn't about helping me.
And this is why Ambi needs therapy. This and the other 99 items on the list, but Jesus.
It was about controlling me and keeping me under her thumb. And she did keep me away from my family. And whenever I would go see my family, she would time me on when I had to be back. And if I was
That's insane.
back by that time, then it would be a fight for the rest of the night. And then the next time that I would try to leave.
And this is why Ambi was so hard up for like the Life 360 and like tracking people's movements with Erica and all of that stuff. My God.
Go see anybody else, she would
Don't be in a relationship with Amberlynn Reid, friendship or otherwise. Ugh.
guilt trip me and say things along the lines of I didn't care about her and that I cared more about everybody else other than her. And then she said, if that makes me a bad guy, fine. I hear your opinion and it makes sense based off of what you know, but your opinion would probably change if you knew everything. I thought I was doing the right thing. If I could go back, I'd do everything differently. Saying if that makes me the bad guy is so obviously manipulative. You're framing what you did to me in this positive light so that it looks like your intentions were good when they weren't. You did a lot of bad.
Yeah, no, Ambi did not have good intentions.
You said you'd do things different now, but you haven't taken any accountability. I feel like the only thing you would change is doing the exact same things in a way that would have made you look even better. And that's all I really wanted to say about the screenshot. I just wanted to respond to that so it didn't seem like, you know, she was able to spread lies about me. And
personally, I'm kind of glad that Beck has done this. Like, this is not about messy drama. This is just nice to see someone who acknowledges the fact that Ambi has the much larger platform, but also on the flip side of that understands that the general audience will probably listen to them. I think that if Ambi is going to hang out in people's chats and talk shit about her exes, then that's an open gate for the exes to talk about Ambi. I think when Amber gets criticized about telling other people's stories, it's again because she is the main character. She is the biggest platform. She's the audience, I guess the content that everybody watches. But I certainly, throughout all of the interactions, I think, with the exes, I definitely feel like Amber makes the first move when it comes to talking about things that maybe could have remained private.
Me not speak up and fight for myself like she probably expected I wouldn't do. And something else I wanted to talk about was I just found out today that she lost Rarity, and that breaks my heart. Rarity was very special to me. I loved all three of those animals very much. Rarity was like my little shadow toward the end. She followed me everywhere I went, and it was hard to even leave her. And I know when Amber talked about moving to Oklahoma, she was scared that she could only find a place that allowed 2 animals. So she considered giving me Rarity, but that's not what ended up happening. And I sometimes wish that I would have gotten her, because now who knows where Rarity is. Before I get to talking about myself, I want to leave some advice for anyone going through a narcissistic abusive relationship.
Speak on it, Beck.
Most important thing is that you don't feel isolated. That goes for any relationship. If you feel like something is wrong, but you don't feel like your partner wants you to tell anyone else about it, that is a red flag. That's when it's important to talk to your friends and family about what's happening. You can get so engulfed in abuse that you don't even see what's happening to you. Having an outside perspective and a good support system is key to finding the strength to leave.
No. That's really, it's, like I was saying, it's really nice. Like, obviously none of that situation is nice, or was nice, but it's nice to see a character within the Ambiverse who has acknowledged that the past was not a good place to be and said, I'm gonna make things better. I'm gonna work on myself. I'm going to acknowledge all of the stuff that I've gone through in the past. I'm not gonna sit on the internet and cry about how these terrible things happened to me and not do anything about it. I'm actively going to, like, work. I'm going to help myself feel better. I'm going to acknowledge that it was not a good place previously. And yeah, it just sounds like Beck is in a better place now, and a lot more confident, and a lot more, I guess, like, I don't know how to say it, like they want to be happy, like they yeah, that's nice. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the updates because I think that if you want to watch it yourself, and I think you should, I think this should get as many views as possible. So if you want to click on the link down the bottom there, feel free. Give a like. Empowered, that's the word, Voodoo. Thank you. Yeah, I highly recommend giving that link below a click, going over, giving a watch, giving a view, giving a thumbs up, engaging with the content, because it's just really nice to see, like, one of the very few characters within the verse actually show some progress and growth and, yeah, happiness. That's a nice change. Anyway, chat, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. If you'd like to hit the like button down below on your way out, that'd be great. If not, totally understand. For those of you on the rewatch, thank you for your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, you've been great. I've been Pulpy. This has been 2 hours of content, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Please make sure you brush your hair and your teeth, wash your face, wear your sunscreen, hug a loved one, have a snack, a nap, take care of yourself, don't be a dumpster fire on the internet. Make good choices. Engage with professionals. It gets better, but not if you just sit on the internet and cry about it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video and or live stream.